Hello, I'm Finola Burke from RaaS, and today we're focusing on Know Your People RegTech company, Kinatico, ASX ticker KYP, and joining me is CEO Michael Ivanchenko. Welcome, Michael.
G'day, Finola.
So Kinatico recently reported record Q3 revenues of $7 million, of which 21% or $1.5 million was SaaS revenue, compared with 9% of the total a year ago. Are you happy with the pace of conversion to SaaS revenue, and what's your near-term target as a percentage of the total?
I am happy with the process, Finola. I mean, it's been certainly challenging macroeconomic environment, but even within that realm, what we've seen is the results of the strategy we said we were going to put in right from the start of this year. What we were coining CGIS, or continue to grow at scale, was all about ensuring that we can demonstrate the transformation of the organisation for its historical transactional revenue into genuine recurring SaaS revenue, built upon the fact that we're adding day in, day out value to organisations, as opposed to just what is increasingly, I have to say, a commodity item of a point in time validation of a piece of information. So we've seen that growth. In terms of the percentage of SaaS growth, it is our target, and I see no reason why that shouldn't continue.
And some of the growth in SaaS revenue has been from existing customers. What's been the response from your existing customers so far, and what portion of customers do you expect to shift to subscription revenue?
The response has been very strong, both from the simplicity of the model, but also the recognition that is the understanding of why they look to validate or this information or look at their day-to-day compliance. So that understanding or recognition of the problems they face in capturing and managing all of this information has been very, very well received, particularly from the people in those organisations who have to chase it on a daily basis. So in terms of the ongoing conversion, our targets are to convert by far and away the majority of our revenue over time to the SaaS model. There'll always be a bit of transactional revenue in there, but we want to see that as the minor supplement, if you will, to the core business.
Michael, we've seen some large enterprises and governments pause expenditure decisions in the face of the broader global macro environment and uncertainties there. Is Kinatico experiencing any slowdown in potential enterprise sales decisions?
Look, I think what we're seeing is potentially an increasing in some of the lead time on the closure of sales in some of those agreements. We've seen no drop-off in demand, and in fact, when you're faced with further economic uncertainty, having visibility about your day-to-day compliance in an organisation actually goes up in its importance. But certainly I would say that the absolute diligence of getting through all processes within an organisation to get deals closed is probably extended a little bit.
And you've been keeping a tight rein on costs quarter to quarter. Is this sustainable, or is there further investment needed in people, and how are you managing inflationary pressures at present?
So what we've done across the year, it hasn't been about cost control. It's about making sure we implement the right processes, procedures and automation where necessary to achieve a sustainable, scalable business. We do not see the need for further investment in our operational cost. We are continuing to invest in our technology and ensuring that we continue to be not only best in breed in our historical spaces, but making sure that we have the differentiated products and the components necessary for success moving forward. So I think the right way to look at what we've done and where we're going is we've reset the cost base to a point that is servicing that revenue, and then we will continue to look for further benefits improvements as we roll out further technology.
And Kinatico is sitting on around $10.3 million in cash, some of which is being used for the share buyback. Are there M&A opportunities presenting in this current environment?
There absolutely are. And it's interesting, obviously, with the effect we've seen on the valuation of all organisations at the moment, particularly in the tech space, there are increasing opportunities out there. I think with that, we're also at the point where a lot of those organisations generally feel they're very undervalued and they're very hesitant to actually look at opportunities. But that being said, some may be left with little alternative, but to look at further options. So we're keeping a close eye across that field and certainly doing a lot of investigations. My requirement in that space is that, you know, we have plenty of runway and direction and momentum with what we're doing now. I'm not going to take on anything that can distract from that. But having said that, for the right opportunity, that's something that's accretive and gives us further market reach and certainly potentially the international expansion that we're targeting, we would jump with both hands.
Well, thank you, Michael Ivanchenko, for joining me today. I'm looking forward to catching up with you through the course of 2023 to check on Kinatico's progress.
Thanks very much, Finola.